Don't you just love the way I swatch? I swear it's like I do with like a candy cane. Hi everybody, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for taking a little bit out of your day to spend it with me because it really means the world to me. I hope you are all healthy and well. That is what's most important. And I wanted to sit down and talk about my Boxycharm pop-up order today. I finally got the second box. I got the first box, and then the second box, it kept saying pending, or I would never get a solidified date as to when it was going to come. And I just checked this morning and it still said that, and then just now it showed up at my door. So I haven't even opened it yet. Yes, I did take off my address. I learned my lesson. No poop today. But the other box I had gotten, and I went through it. There are 3 things in here that I actually got from my last Boxy pop-up that for some reason I never did a video on. It also included the Boxycharm zip-up hoodie, which I'll say is cute, but it's very, very thin and probably not worth the price that I paid for it, but I like it. You've seen me wear it actually, I just didn't tell you about it. Anyway, if you don't know what a Boxy pop-up is, Boxycharm, the monthly beauty subscription that I happen to have the 3 tiers for, every 3 months also has a pop-up shop where you can go on and get many of the beauty well, you never know, the beauty products that have been featured in the past, sometimes new stuff. They're on sale for ridiculous prices, and I do have my invoices. What I'll do when I'm editing, I will put the prices of what I paid, maybe compared to the retail price on the screen for you, so you have an idea of the savings that I got. They also have add-ons, and sometimes I do get confused as to whether they were add-ons or whether it was a pop-up sale. Nonetheless, I did go a little crazy in what I got, but I didn't spend a lot of money, which is the whole point. Anyway, let me be quiet. Let me open up the new box first. Speak, Leanne, use your words. And make sure that everything's okay in here. Paper. More paper. Okay, lots of paper. Yet my palettes were just thrown in the bottom of the box. The paper kind of should have been on the bottom and on the top. Only this was wrapped in bubble wrap. You know? Well, since I have this, I may as well go over it. It really wasn't wrapped that well. I'm hoping nothing's broken because I know it's going to be a headache and I probably won't be able to replace them. But this is the Blushing Berries. I have the Sassy Siennas, which I got in my box maybe a few months ago. It's a nice palette. It's an all-neutral palette, and it's great for just, you know, a quick everyday look. And if you want to jazz it up, you can throw on something sparkly on top. But this one was really pretty. I love the packaging. All of these palettes have different colors. I think my Sienna's was maybe like a gold, but this berry shiny one is very pretty. It is plastic. The actual dose of colors is flush, but the Blushing Berries is slightly raised. And they do have the color names on the back, which, you know I can't read. And this is also just another matte palette, but it's simple, it's pretty, and I love palettes that sometimes I can just grab and really not have to think about what I'm going to do. And I do like that it has black in it so that you can deepen it up. Ooh, I forgot how soft these are. Okay, these are the colors. I think this one is my favorite. It's just such a gorgeous color. I do want to tell you that I have lotion on my arms, and that may make a difference in how things swatch. I figured out a secret. I noticed that when I have lotion on my arms, you know, because I don't want to look all dry and cakey on camera, that if I swatch something, especially the mattes, they appear nicer than if my arms had nothing on them. I'm wondering if these influencers do that to get a more impressive swatch live on camera. Just a conspiracy theory, but let me know what you think. It does come with a very cute brush, and I actually like this one because it's really tiny and precise. And then this is more, I think, for getting super precise, or if you wanted to line with the black, because it's fairly stiff and it is pointed, so you can even use some of these colors for liners. But this is a really pretty color story. I actually wish I had received this one in my Boxycharm, but I got it now. And they don't come off very easily, which could be a good thing. Okay, now I'm pretty sure subsequent swatches will be different because I've taken the lotion off of my arm. So let's see how other things swatch, or maybe I'll even swatch this again when my arm is dry. I was not, repeat, not going to get this Vizio palette because it's an all matte neutral brown palette, but these are normally $80 and I know I paid significantly less money. If you notice, Vizio has very vastly different price ranges. They can run up to $159, and then they have these cute little palettes that are $40, and then they have less expensive. I'm wondering if there's a difference in the quality. I haven't researched them enough. All I know is that 99% of the palettes that I've gotten from them I've enjoyed, and they've been at all different price points. This, I love this packaging. It almost feels recycled. Yeah, this is just an all neutral palette. Now, one thing they did say about this was that you can also use them as eyebrow colors, which makes a lot of sense because there's cool tones and warm tones. I think if you are a makeup artist, this would be a fabulous thing to have in your kit. I don't know if I'd pay $80 for it in the real world, but this is a heavy plastic, but this feels kind of light. And there's a cream in here. Now, I don't know if you could use this as eyebrow pomade or just bases. That's interesting. This whole row is cream. I did not know that. Those are those are the cream colors. I can't speak. That's very interesting. I'm not going to swatch this whole palette, but I want to try a couple because you really have a good choice of some mattes here for neutral bases. Again, if you're looking for a very simple look. I'm going to swatch these two, and maybe while I took two cool tones, let me see if there's a warm tone. Okay, I'm just noticing something. Remember, I took all the cream off. This is this darkest one. Maybe this is more of an eyebrow color than anything. This one on much nicer. Let me do this one again. This one here. It's not what I thought it was going to be, but it does build up nicely. Interesting. Maybe it'll be worth it to me, maybe not. I said if you're a makeup artist, this would be a phenomenal thing to have. So why did I order it? I don't know. I know I was thinking about it, and now that it showed up, I'm like, did I actually order it? Or did I put it in my cart and then forget to take it out? That could be a thing. Considering there are no plays going on at the moment, I won't be able to use it for that purpose. Okay, this is from Hip Dot. I've seen so much about Hip Dot. Didn't they also come out with like the SpongeBob palette? I'm pretty sure it's them. I've seen them on Instagram. I've checked their stuff out. They're moderately reasonable, pretty reasonable, but they're an indie company. I saw this and I wanted to try it. This is called the Opulence Palette. The packaging is very nice. It's in a sleeve. This is raised. This is more of embossed. You can see the Hip Dot there. Oh, I just noticed that this outside packaging is kind of a little bit holographic. Cute. Inside carton itself, the package, the eyeshadow palette, has a different aesthetic on it. This is very interesting because it has a very thick top, if you look, which is unusual. Wow, look at that. I can't really see it, but you guys can. There's that lovely pop of blue. And you can see these are the two pressed glitters, so that's not bad. There's only two, so if you don't like pressed glitters, you really don't have to worry about it too much. I think it's a healthy mix of shimmers and mattes. I do like that it has these two complementary colors, like you don't have just that random pop of blue that you don't know what to do with. You have a chocolate brown that'll go well with. You have some oranges that blue will go well with. And also this green to spice it up. I do want to swatch the glitters because I want to see the texture. They have a slight bit of substance to them. They do adhere well. Let's see how they stick to my arm and see if they are both the same. Okay, they are a bit chunky, but honestly, they went on kind of nicely. Not too jelly-like, but not like you swipe it on and it falls off your arm. But of course, it would require some glitter glue. No matter what, I always use glitter glue because A, I don't want fallout if there is going to be any, and I don't want it going into my eye either. The mattes are a mixture of a dry and a not so dry. The shimmers feel quite nice. And remember, my arm is dry now. That is the matte, and that swatched very nicely. And this is that purple shimmer. It's very, very pretty. It went on very smoothly. This brown feels softer than this terracotta shade did. Okay, those went on quite nicely. That's that brown matte. That's an impressive brown matte. And again, I've never tried the Hip Dot formula, so I'm excited to do so. So the last thing in this box is a Becca Lip Pencil. I have several of the Becca Love lipsticks, and I love them. They're some of my favorites, but I've never tried any of her lip pencils, and I know some people got them in their boxes. I have never received one in my box, and I'm just look. Oh, it's a sharpener, which is fabulous, but I've never seen it with like this clear end on it. That's very interesting to me. I think it says blissful. Don't quote me. Okay, they're soft and smooth, but not like it collapses. That's a very, very pretty color. Kind of goes with a little bit of lipstick that I'm wearing. This is nice, and I said this has a nice precise point on it, and I like that. I don't like when the roll-ups have that flattened edge, so you can no longer get some good precision, but now it has this sharpener on the end. Okay, so that was that box. Now let's go through the other one. I'm going to show you what I got at the last one. I can't believe that I forgot to do that video. I found the box of stuff under a pile of laundry in my room. No judgment. Anyway, I was able to snag 2 of the Hourglass blushes. Now, these weren't my favorite colors, which I discovered once I got them, but they are still pretty. But these are very, very light. You have to severely build them up if you want some major intensity. Now, these are the Ambient blushes. There are 2 types. This is the Ambient, and this one is in Ethereal Glow. It has that marble effect, which gives you a little bit of a shimmer look, but it's not over the top. But now, you can see how light it is on my hand. So, literally, you can almost use it as just a setting powder, or just to dust lightly over your face. It's not going to be an intense blush. And the thing about these powders is they are very, very smoothing. I love, hold on, I have it right here, my empty compact of the powder, and this again is the Ambient just in dim light. This was my favorite finishing powder, absurdly expensive finishing powder. And this one is in Dim Infusion. Very, very similar. Let's see if you can get a good look. There you go. Each of these is going to look different because of its marbleized appearance. You can almost barely see them. You can't see them, as a matter of fact. You might be able to see them more on my finger than anything. I'm not sure why they call these blushes. It does show up on my face, but again, I can't use just this and get away with it. But they weren't the $40 that they usually are. They were much less expensive. The other thing I got last time was the Living Color palette from Hank & Henry. I had never tried any of their shadows. This is a very bulky packaging. Bulky packaging? It's bulky packaging. It reminds me of the Ofra palettes just a little bit. Some people had also received this in their box. I did not. It's got that lovely pop of blue. Now look, the blue and the green, very similar to that Hip Dot palette that I just opened. As a matter of fact, it's very similar to it. I tried this on my eyes only one time, so I won't give my final impression of it. I struggled ever so slightly with some of the mattes and some of the shimmers, but I can't even give a full judgment whatsoever. And you can see this matte went on beautifully. This matte was a little bit patchy, and this shimmer is more of just a topper. That is this one right here. You see it comes off of my finger, but you really, really have to build it up. Now again, that could be such a good thing for some people. For me personally, I expect my shimmers to just kind of be bam on my eyes. Looks so beautiful on the finger. Now this one was different. This one performed much better than that icy blue. I can tell you that that matte is spectacular. What I guess bothers me sometimes is the inconsistency throughout shadows in a palette. You would think that they would all perform the same. All right, since I have so many eye palettes, yes, still to go, let's switch it up and let's go into this. Now this is how it came. Poor little package. It was definitely unused because when I opened it up, you can tell most of the time, especially with these squeezy tubes. Oh, what is it? I'm sorry. It is a Campari Lip Balm. I love their lip conditioning balms, whatever you want to call them. What is the exact name? It's a birthday suit. I've had the clear one before, and I really liked it. This has a very, very slight tint. I'm going to put it on my hand, and then I'm actually going to put it on my lips. It has some shimmer, so it's really pretty. I think it smells pretty, don't quote me on it, but you can see it's so nice. It feels good. They're very, very moisturizing because they use coconut. And again, I'll put on the screen what I got for it, but that is when I like to pick these up. I absolutely love it. This and a larger thingy were in my box. I think I got them from Boxycharm. I honestly don't remember. I have to go back and maybe look at my other videos, but it's some more hand sanitizer. All right, so I have this. This is from Zoeva. I actually checked. There were 2 of the box sets. I believe they have 3 palettes each in them. Let's see. But the only Zoeva palette that I have is the Rose Golden. Remember I got it in my box and it's like, oh, is this really like rosy? Did I put up that Get Ready With Me? I don't know. This box set did not have it in it, which is the reason that I ordered it. And even if it did, I probably would have just put it away for a giveaway. But the presentation, I mean, just let me show you. This is beautiful. I'm going to keep them in here. And this pops off and you have the set. Now the 3 that I have are Spice of Life, Cocoa Blend, and Caramel Melange. Let me open up the Caramel Melange from because, well, I like caramel. Now these also come in unicorns as well. Very pretty outside. I like that they all have their individual sleeves. What is nice that if you want to get rid of the sleeve, the ingredients are on the back of here as well. A lot of times they will only put the ingredients on the outer sleeve, which is all they are required to do by FDA regulations. This is very pretty. They have no mirror, and that's okay. All palettes don't have to have mirrors. This is a very pretty palette, albeit a very simple palette. What I'm noticing about this wave of shadows is they're not that you open it up and you go, oh my goodness, look at those shocking colors. They, I think, are made for everyday people who maybe want to add a little bit of shimmer or whatever. I do like the way this is laid out. This little quad here are the shimmers, and here are all of your matte shades. Now, the only thing I can say is, are these shades deep enough for a person of a deeper skin tone? I don't know. I'll swatch the white and this orangey color. Now, obviously that white, it does show up very well actually for it being such a light color on my hands, so you might get some decent opacity out of that white. And this one is very, very pretty and went on smoothly, nicely. Now, whereas these 3, 1, 2, 3 look more of just a shimmery, this one actually has some sparkles in it. Okay, I see it is more of that matte with some sparkle in it compared to the Tati shadows. I can see some of the sparkliness in my hand. I don't know if it translates on camera, but of course I think if you start blending it, that is going to go away. Let me swatch. Oh, these feel very nice. Now this color here got a little bit chunky on my hand. I kind of had to smooth it out. This one did not, that more goldy one. Don't you just love the way I swatch? I swear it's like I do with like a candy cane. But again, a pretty neutral palette. Is it anything that I probably don't have? No, of course not. But that doesn't matter to me because I could say that about all of my palettes, which I am trying to gear myself up to doing a palette collection video. Now here's the thing that I need your opinion about. I have like over 200 palettes. It's going to be an exceedingly long video. I will try to go through it my best, but I don't just like to say, here's a palette, okay, keep or not or whatever. I like to talk a little bit about them. So do you want 2 videos, a part 1 and a part 2, or you just want to sit through one long video? I'm also going to put that on my community tab because I really need to know before I film it, because that's going to kind of make me segregate it a little bit into how I do it. So I really, really would appreciate your comments regarding that down below. Anywho, let's go back into this. This one is called the Spice of Life palette. Let's see how spicy it actually is as well with you guys. This one looks a little bit deeper, a little bit more intense, which is nice considering it's called the Spice of Life. Now this one doesn't appear to have that matte with the sparkles in it. It just has some shimmers and some mattes. This one looks the most shimmery. This white is a little bit less intense, I think, but that's a very, very pretty shimmer. It has that wet look to it. I have to say their shimmers feel not squishy gushy, but soft and just nice to touch. I know that's weird. Very pretty. I don't think anyone would feel intimidated using this, which I think is good. Maybe that's their whole aesthetic. I'm really not sure because I'm not wholly familiar with the brand. This last palette is called Cocoa Blind. Okay. And there goes that thing again. It's so funny, I can't tell the palette until I actually look at it myself. Very, very similar to the other two. It's odd that it's called a cocoa palette, but I wouldn't associate some of these purples with cocoa. I'm wondering if some of the shades translate across each other. Now, interestingly enough, I had to swipe this one a couple of times to get some more opacity out of it. It's this matte over here. I want to also swatch this green. Now, I would never associate like an olivey green with cocoa. All right, are those two exceedingly similar, or is it my imagination? This one definitely has more of an olive undertone, where this is more chocolatey, but those are extremely similar. And this is that goldy. What's this one? Maybe because they're sold as a collection, they're meant to be used in conjunction with each other. I'm absolutely glad that I have the palettes, but I don't know that if I saw this for sale by itself at full price, I don't know if I would have picked it up. But I can say that about a lot of things. There are many palettes or makeup items in general that I like, but I don't like it enough that I would pay full price for it. Do you know? These are from Ciate London, and I bet you can't imagine what they are. They're watermelon burst, and they are the hydrating gel eye patches. You know me, well, maybe you don't know me, but I am obsessed with under eye gels. For me, they really, really work. I wake up with puffy eyes. A, my age. B, just, you know, life is a mess. I don't sleep. But I love under eye patches because they take away the puffiness. Most of them do anyway. And anything that smells like watermelon, I'm down for. So I thought the packaging was adorable. I haven't tried them yet, but you know I'm going to. And I will let you know. What's interesting is that it does come with an insert, which I've never seen under eye patches come with before. So maybe there's some magical way to use them. Now this was interesting as well. I do have several Violet Voss palettes, and I like them all. I have her little mini ones, the little snack size ones, which I just used the other day. Did I do a video with it on? I'm not sure. It was the really bright one. Now this was very interesting. This packaging reminds me of my Melt Cosmetics palette. Inferno, maybe? Something to that effect, possibly. The one that I have a problem with because it's mostly all shimmers and it's hard to create a look with the few mattes that you do have and the shimmers, but that's another story. Anyway, the packaging is quite similar. It opens up like a little baby booklet here, and it was so interesting because it has a skinny mirror, which is moderately usable, but this whole row are all glitters. I love that the names are on them and they are printed quite large so I can determine what they are. You only are getting 6 mattes, and they are all within that berry, cranberry, brownie family, but then you have this really nice color called Home, And it is almost like, it's really like a forest green, which is nice because you need a darker color really to go with some of these. You need something other than those berry shades to be able to use some of these. This one's called Food. I have to swatch it just because it's interesting. Wow, that's pretty. Oh, it's duochromy. I love duochromy. Super, super pretty. Now I am so curious to see what these glitters feel like. These two look multi-chromed and the rest look maybe just one. Okay, they have a bit of a chunky feel, but they adhere well to the finger. Let's see how they adhere to the hand. They feel chunky, but without any glitter glue, they adhere to my hand. Again, I would never suggest using them without. This one called Motivation, which I need a lot of these days to get anything done. This one is a little bit more sparse. I think you kind of have to build it up. It's amazing how glitters in the same palette can perform differently, but it's a gorgeous color. This one you're going to have to tap in place because if you try to spread it, unlike the first one, it becomes patchy. So, well, I don't normally blend my glitters anyway, so I would have to tap them, so that's something to note. Let's try just one more of the mattes and one more of the shimmers. I'm going to try this berry called Nature and this family color. This one is a very squishy. Wow. Wow. I don't even know what to say except wow. That went on nicely too, but oh wow, look at that. A lot of these shimmers are duochromy, but this is just, it's bam intense, like in your face kind of deal. I just realized I didn't even tell you the name of the palette. It's called the Best of Life 2. There is also the Best of Life 1 as well. And I believe, again, some people received them in their boxes. I did not. So I'm very happy that I was able to pick it up. And also what I like is that it shows the whole color story on the back. I had gotten the red one, which I don't remember what it is, but this is the Storybook Cosmetics, the Fairy Tale. I believe this one is called Robin Hood. You could have gotten one of 3. These are the ones that were specifically made for Boxycharm. They are made in the PRC, whereas regular Storybook palettes are made in the USA. I personally have not found a difference in their performance. Not from the few times that I've used them. Many people say that they are of an inferior quality to the ones that made in the USA. I haven't discovered that. I have 3. I have 2 of the ones made in the USA, and I have, I believe, 2 of the ones made in the PRC. This was just pretty. I didn't get this one. This is more the green, obviously a Robin Hood. It looks like it's a fairly easy palette to use, which like the other one, because it's only, ooh, this one, look at how it like even squished outside. This one's a squishy matte. And these are really nice shimmers. Ooh, pretty. Okay, the mattes went on a little subpar. You may have to work at building that up. This one's a little unimpressive considering how dark it is. Now this matte is not as squishy gushy as this green matte. I know you can barely see it obviously because of my skin tone, but that's just a taupey color. I would throw that all over my lid. Some people again have a problem with the size of the palette. I actually have a bookshelf above my vanity which I've been putting these and a couple of my other palettes on. Not that anybody sees it for display, but it's kind of cute to have them up there. They do look like books. Alright, I got one more thing. You're gonna just go like this. You're gonna face plant and you're gonna go, what is wrong with her? I ordered another face mist. I know. I didn't even know Mintan made face mists before. Did you? Well, I don't know if they made them before. They make them now? Now what I did just realize, it does have alcohol, but it doesn't say what kind of alcohol. It is a cucumber facial and body mist. I have to look up what kind of alcohol it is. You don't have to shake it. It's not any type of dual or biphase or triphase. That's an aggressive sprayer. Ooh, it's got a nice light cucumber scent. Let's try it on the face. Could be disaster, could be not. We'll find out. Okay, I might transfer this into another bottle because you get a little smacked in the face. It's a little aggressive there. But it didn't disturb my makeup right away, which is a good thing. But if you spray too much, it's going to drip down your face. I don't need another face mist, but I really enjoy them, especially in the summertime. I want to take some of my smaller bottles and put them in my mini fridge that I have. There is nothing better than when you're a sweaty mess than spraying a nice, cool, nice smelling face mist on, you know? So that, my friends, is what I got in the Boxy pop-up sale. Really, really happy with everything that I got. I'm excited to play with them. I get so excited to just pull out my eyeshadow palettes, new and old. I love playing with new makeup, and I love pulling out some of my old-time favorites, and you can tell they're my old-time favorites. Let me know what you think of what I got. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm insane? Quite possibly. Let me know if you guys were able to do any shopping in this sale, and I would love to know what you got. So with that, my friends, thank you for sticking around. I think this is going to be a rather long video, so if you stuck around to the end, I really, really appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. I know it takes a lot of time to go through these videos, but if you stuck around, I really appreciate it. I love you guys tremendously. I hope you stay healthy and well and happy, and of course, I love you. Whatever part of this world you're in and around, I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing week coming up, and I will see you really soon in my next one. I have no idea which one's that's going to be, because I don't know when I'm going to film yet, but yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye. But this one was woo-woo.